if you think that was an issue, i.e. we don't embed learning, I've got other things to say that I think why we failed to get senior management to engage with us. Okay? So first of all, if we don't know the value of what we put in and we can't demonstrate to the business, that's not very helpful. Secondly, we want to take people off the place of work. How do we typically deliver what we do? Well, we've put people in the classrooms. Well, that's great, except the most expensive assets of businesses, they're not doing their job. Now, we have moved down the 70-20-10 route, but by and large, I would still say we're doing learning when it suits us, the L&D people. Do you know how the next generation learn? They learn on these things, don't they? I do Michael's learning when I go on trains. I can go on 10 or 15 minutes and I can see and I can read material. We have got to operate on the same plane. It's no good thinking that 25, 35-year-olds are going to go back into the classroom and learn like we did in the 60s and 70s. We're fooling ourselves. It's got to look like Facebook, LinkedIn. Next one. Now, I think there's some really good management speakers. Some fantastic people. If you've not come across people like Dan Pink, Magnus Lindquist, Sean Ackrow, they're fantastic. But most of you here, me included, can't afford them. They're going to charge you £12,000, £15,000 a day. Do you know what? They're free. They're on TED Talks. They're on YouTube. I'm making the case that you now can access the world's biggest management gurus and it doesn't cost you a penny. So long as you have the technology. And do you know the reason why it doesn't work? Because we do a sheep dip approach. We assume that one size fits all. You put people in a room and actually you're targeting typically the lowest common denominator. If I go on management training, I don't want people to tell me things I already know. Now, if you was working in the car manufacturing business, you'd know a thing called mass customization. If you bought a car recently, do you know what they do? You go in, and yes, you buy a chassis, but then they say, what do you want it to look like? Everything from alloy wheels through to sunroof, and they build it to order. We've got to do the same in L&D. We've got to customize it so for the individual, it reflects their needs, not again what we think will suit the most people. So what I've tried to say here is it doesn't work because people don't embed the learning. I'm saying it's expensive because it takes people out of the workplace. It's expensive to get the very best people. It's one size fits all, and it's a time that suits us. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, he's got a point, then let me show you something slightly different.